What's going on, everybody? You already know it's the Dually King, and I'm back with another video. Today I'm working on the Chevy. Pretty much we're gonna be doing some stuff to it. Don't normally do it on this type of vehicle, but I thought y'all would love to see it on the channel, so you know I had to go ahead and bring you that footage. So let's go ahead and do a little walk around on this truck, and let me know what you think, because we're getting ready to turn this thing out. So what we're working on is a GMC 3500 extended cab, and I mean, she's already pretty clean. Haven't seen one this clean in a good while. Dual exhaust. Pretty sure it's got the 454 in it. Yeah, 4x4. Look like it's actually a fairly solid truck. So I hope the suspension and coming apart is good, like it's clean. Because usually when you run into rusted parts, they're usually a pain in the butt to go ahead and get on off. So as you can see, my man, he shipped his truck all the way from California. Yes, I said California. And for y'all that don't know, I'm actually in Indiana, so I'm in the Midwest. So, you know, he was like, hey, look, I want to go ahead and get my truck blessed by you. So he went ahead on and got it shipped and everything. So that is an option for you guys. You can actually ship your truck in, get whatever work you need done, and ship it back. You know what I mean? So we can definitely do that too. So, you know, like I said, if you want me to do any kind of work, give me a holler. But like I said, my man's, he came from California to go ahead and get me his truck. So I'm getting ready to go ahead and turn it on now and make it pretty much worth sending, you know, halfway across the country. So, but yeah, other than that, let's go ahead on and get into it. And I'll go ahead and give you a rundown on these parts on what we are going to be doing. So just stay tuned. All right, so we picked our poison. We decided to go on a 6-inch rough country lift. And that's what we're putting on here. So let's go ahead and take a look at these parts that we got for it, and we go ahead and start tearing into it. So we got our steel lift blocks here. We got our shocks, U-bolts, cradle drop, cross member, some control arm drop mounts, some skid plates, some steering, drop bars as well, some more shocks and whatnot. So we got quite a bit of stuff that we got to get ready and put on this truck. So other than that, let's go ahead on and dig into it. So stay tuned. So this is one side that's right here completed. You can see that we went ahead and put the new U-bolts in, the lift block and everything. So just to kind of go up over here, you can see that the leaf spring looks a little bit different. So this is your overload spring right here. This is actually going to have to come out, and this spacer right here is actually going to have to come out as well. So when we do that, we got to actually put some washers and whatnot, but I'm getting ready to show you how to do so. So there's a nut on top of this leaf spring pack right there. So that's actually got to come off. So we went ahead and put a C-clamp on the spring to hold it there to keep the spring pack from busting apart. So let's go ahead and get it apart real quick, and then we'll go ahead and move forward. We went ahead and got this bolt off right here, which that's the center bolt that holds your leaf spring together. It's crazy because I've never seen a leaf spring this flat for an overload, and it literally, I don't know how you can see that, but it actually curves and goes back down, which means that this truck was overloaded at some point in its life. But anyway, we're going to be taking this took that bolt off. We're going to remove this overload. Then we're also going to remove this piece right here, which this is a spacer for the overload. So on this spring, or actually on this center bolt, you can actually see what we're going to be doing. We're actually going to put the nut back on there, but it runs out of thread before it bottoms out as far as on this spring right here. So what we're going to actually end up doing is putting some washers in there until we can actually clamp this spring pad back down. So let me go ahead and show you exactly what I'm talking about, and then we're going to trim off this bolt so that we can stick this spacer back on top. Alright, so we went ahead on and put the washers in there, and that mud stud is actually sticking through. So there is a top plate that's actually got to go over this. So let's go ahead on and trim off this top stud so that you can see what I'm talking about, so that we can put this U-bolt plate back on top. Alright, so now you can see that bolt head has been trimmed off. Now we're going to go ahead and stick that plate over the top of what I was talking about. And that way that plate right there sits flat. This is where your U-bolts actually go across it. And then there's one more U-bolt, and then that's how you actually end up putting all that back together. Yeah, I'm getting you on camera. Yeah. See,
I just figured I'd get out of your shot.
See, my man is dirty. This is a dirty job, even for a clean truck. Everything's got to get taken apart. He's already making some headway on it, getting the tie rods and everything done. Let's see. You're gonna have to hit that back, Austin.
I figured.
Yeah, I've got the skid plates off and everything. So we got to go ahead and unload these torsion bars. Then we can really start digging down into it. So let's go ahead and keep on moving forward. So just stay tuned. These torsion bars real quick. First initial thing that what we're going to do is actually unload the actual torsion bar itself, which when you hear people turn them up, they're actually meaning turn their torsion bars up or turn them down to lower it. So we're first going to remove this bolt here. It's an 18 millimeter. We're going to take it all the way out. So that'll be our first step. Our next step is going to be taking this torsion bar tool and actually getting it out. There's a nipple on this top side right here. That's actually going to go on the top of the brace that we're going to be taking out, and then this is going to press in the nipple that's on the bottom. So let's go ahead and put this tool on here, and I'll show you exactly what that looks like. Alright, so now that that's on there, that's what that tool is supposed to look like. So you see that it's up on that nipple in there?
Yep.
Yep, and then what you're going to end up doing is just tighten this up. And then that's going to actually compress that torsion bar up. And then there's a piece in here that's actually got to slide out. And this is right here is the piece that you need to actually remove right here. It's flat on one side, it's beveled on the other. So the bevel side is what actually goes down and gets locked in. Goes with the shape of the hole as well. Put this bolt back in here just so that you don't lose it. Then once that's done, we'll go ahead and remove this tool. You can also see that I went ahead and took a piece of blue tape and marked the position of the keys compared to the actual bar itself, just to make sure everything goes back together the way that it's supposed to. So let's go ahead and take the tension off of this bar. Alright, so now that the tension is actually off of that, now we can actually take this air hammer and actually beat this bar going through. It almost does it by hand, but I'm going to take this air hammer and pop that on through, and then we'll go ahead on and drop this this cross member, so just stay tuned. Alright, so you know that your job has been done correctly. I took the air hammer, popped the bar out, which you can see it then slid out to the other side, and the key is actually just hanging right here. So that's when you know that your job was done pretty much correctly. Pull that out, and this key will just go ahead and slide on out as well. So that's pretty much what it is. So this is how far we made it. We already got the top upper control arm brackets and everything in place. There is a bracket right here that was actually pretty much this that was right there as far as for the bump stop for your upper control arms. Had to grind that off. Went ahead and make sure we painted it back black so that it's not rusty. Drop the differential down. It comes with the drop brackets there. Then it sits inside of that cradle right there. Let's see. Take the sway bar. It gets flipped upside down so that it drops down lower versus being up. We got the front cradle in. Then we also got our front heim joints and everything in here. That's to stabilize the steering from left to right. And the same thing for the other side. So like I said, we got the upper control arm mount in, grinded off that bracket, painted and everything. This right here is an existing hole. It just comes with a sleeve and a bushing so that you can actually put that on. This hole right here, you actually got to drill and put a nut on the opposite side, and it has a spacer in between it to take up the gap. So that's cool there too. So we're almost wrapping up this truck. We still got our torsion bars and everything to stick up on here. I mean, Austin back here got it a mess, but so we just wanted to look nice, so it's definitely going to be that. But yeah, I can't wait for this bad boy to be done. I'm getting ready to finish up the wheels. Austin's going to go ahead and finish up doing his thing here, and we're just going to kind of end up meeting back in the middle and get it taken care of like that. But yeah, like I said, it's not an easy job. You definitely got to be mechanically inclined. The paperwork calls for 6 to 8 hours. I call it BS because this ain't no 6 to 8 hour job from start to finish. So, but like I said, as long as you're mechanically inclined, you know, it took us a couple of days to do it, and that's fine. But I'm bouncing between doing machining and doing this, and helping Austin and all of that stuff too. So it's kind of, I'm going back and forth. So usually, you know, with 2 guys or something like that, you know, you might be able to get it done in a day and a half. But I mean, you really got to know exactly what you're doing and everything, you know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, this is definitely going to be a nice kit. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing wrapped on up. But you already know we're keeping you in contact as far as on this journey. So just make sure you stay with us. So stay tuned. So we went ahead on and got that part wrapped on up. So all of the suspension work right now is completely finished. The only thing that we got left to do, I'm going to add a steering stabilizer on here, just because it's, to me, it's almost good practice when you're running like super big tires and that type of stuff. You know, ride quality, you know, hey, gotta love that type of stuff when you're hitting the highway, your stuff just cruise like a Cadillac. So, but yeah, let me go ahead on and show you that what this look like. So as you can see, we got the drop torsion mount, and everything's all hooked up. I still got to go through and take off like a little bit of tape marks from marking where everything goes. New shocks, bushings, all of that stuff. It's got the skid plates for the differential. Yep, so everything's on up in there. So let's go ahead on and put the front tires on. So let's go ahead and get this front tires and everything put on it, and that way I can go ahead and get it to the alignment shop. Once it leaves the alignment shop, it's going to the exhaust shop, and then from that point it's coming back here to get the steering stabilizer put on it, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put the wheels and tires on it. But you're probably asking as far as why do we have to take it to the exhaust shop after the lift. Well, I'm getting ready to show you why. Alright, so you can see where that drive shaft is. It's actually laying on top of this muffler, right? Or not muffler, but exhaust pipe. When we drop the differential down, obviously you cannot hook that back up. There's a couple inch difference right there. So it's actually got to go through the exhaust pipe to come down and connect. So we're actually going to have this pipe right here that we're looking at. We're going to have that cut, re-welded, extended, or humped, or whatever the exhaust shop chooses to do, so that we can put our drive shaft back in place and we can continue to utilize the four-wheel drive. So that's where we at on this truck. So let me go ahead on and run to these few places, get my test drive on to make sure everything's 100. After all, he does have a long drive. So let me go ahead on and get to it so I can go ahead and show y'all that finished product, because I know that that's what y'all waiting on. I'm waiting on it too. So just stay tuned. So I want to go ahead on and show you what I was talking about as far as on that exhaust, about how you once you do this lift kit on here, you actually got to cut the exhaust and actually extend it and do a loop around the drive shaft. But let me go ahead on and show you exactly what I'm talking about. This can really be done at any local exhaust shop, as long as they're pretty decent. Actually, you can probably even do it at home, but I'll be honest, exhaust work ain't my, ain't my expertise. I be done jacked up some stuff, you know what I'm saying, and I wanted it done right. So we took it over to my homeboys over there at Get Bend Exhaust. They went ahead on and hooked it up, did an awesome job. So shout out to them. You know what I mean? But yeah, anyway, let me go ahead on and show y'all exactly what I'm talking about, so you'll know exactly what you're going to have to do to yours if you go ahead and do this lift to your truck too. So you can actually see they actually cut the pipe right there and actually welded it, dropped it down, did a swoop, and then it actually goes into that. So I mean, you can actually see exactly how they had to do it and whatnot. But yeah, that's pretty much what you need to do to the exhaust just for clearance for the drive shaft. All right, everybody, I'm back. You see it in the background? That truck's finally done, and man, do she look good. Man, do she look good. I can't lie, one of my favorites on this one right here. Definitely, I love the way that she turned out. I love the way that we turned it out. So, but anyway, let's do a walk around on this truck, and let me know in the comments section what y'all think. So this is her. This is her. Yep. Yeah, but she's a 4x4 on 24s and 35-inch mud tires with a 6-inch rough country lift. Yep, no cut, no rub. Only thing that we had to end up doing was trimming this little valance down here. But as far as on hard stuff, ain't have to trim nothing. My man came all the way from Cali to drop this truck off. So I just greatly appreciated that, you know, his support, you know what I mean, from all the way across the states. Yep, got his tires and everything loaded up in the back. Just waiting on the shipper to actually get here. Yep. No hitting, no rubbing, no none of that. Yeah, but that bad boy looked good. Yep, that bad boy looks good. Alright, everybody, well, that pretty much concludes the episode for today. I'm glad that y'all tuned on in to go ahead on and check on out this build. I hope that y'all enjoyed it. Just make sure you like, comments, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you never miss another video. That way you can stay informed on when I'm able to drop these videos and stay up to date for more content like this. I got a couple more videos coming that I really think that y'all gonna like, so just make sure you go ahead on and keep on watching. But other than that, I'm finna go ahead and get on up off here. It's actually time to go home And so I got to put this in the bullpen, and I'm getting ready to get on up out of here. But again, thank you for your much support that you guys have been giving me, and I'm gonna keep on dropping these videos, so I appreciate y'all. Anyway, it's the Dually King signing off. Peace.